And I'm not loading into online. If you're already online and you're watching this video, just go to your second tab on the top left in your thing right here. In your drop down menu on online, it'll say online, then you'll scroll down to the second to the bottom, which will be down here, and then you go leave GTA Online, and then that'll bring you into story mode. And then when you're in story mode, you'll want to do, this is how basically you're going to make 150k every 25 minutes. And you just go into play GTA Online when you're in story mode, and you go into an invite only session. This will prevent your 30k from going into the hands of somebody else who wants to take your diamonds or take your gold, or who wants to grief you in general while you're doing VIP and terabyte missions. You're going to need your terabyte for one. And I recommend you have a drone station, which costs about 600k extra on top of that, or 800k, something like that. But you'll get that back real quick. The method I start here, I start off with a terabyte. You want to make sure that when you're loading in, if you're in your online session right now or any session, you press M, and you go down to loading you into the Eclipse parking towers, or Eclipse towers or whatever. If you don't have that, this penthouse, you can go anywhere around. Basically, this area here is where it's going to spawn the terabyte. And this is the centralized location where you're going to want your terabyte located. It's going to make life so much easier when because people say, oh, recall your terabyte, pull it back out, put it in. You know how long it takes? By the time your cooldown comes back up, you'll have been flown back to it, and you probably have like a minute left. So I request my terabyte. I can't request my MK2 just yet because the terabyte's getting pulled out. Now I request the MK2. So it dropped it right where it said it's going to drop it. We're going to start off doing the diamond heist, and you can only do the diamond heist if you have the drone station in your terabyte. Now, let's see. I'll just start a timer right here for my own sake and see how much I'm at for gold. Start. I'm at 1 mil 613k. I'll write this down somewhere. Whatever, Lester.
Okay, the network.
Oh, you want Bob to be 1613873. Alright, the time now is 9:29 p.m. my time. I'm just going to set a timer. There is this timer. Here we go. Stopwatch. Let's go. Let's get it. Timer's starting now. In order to get into your terabyte, you have to be facing your
How you doing? Let's.
yeah, whatever, Lester. You have to be facing your oppressor into the terabyte. Otherwise, you're going sideways. You might have a problem. Why doesn't it let me in? So I start off with the diamond shopping. You can do this with a crew, or you can do this solo. This is a centralized location. It's only a couple blocks away. I don't even bother going into the street. Pull up over here. That's what you're doing. I take my homing missiles off now. I wouldn't recommend doing this at all as a motorcycle club. You get paid the same amount, 30k for doing this mission, 31k or something like that for doing this mission. And everybody gets that split up. You could have a guy wall breaching just hanging out or underwater in his Torador or his Condor. I shoot these guys twice each. I make sure I can look at the door when I do it. Right there where I skate is the best place. Fuck, get out of my way! The guy with the shot's gonna wake me. 1, 2, 3, let's get in there. Gotta take the guy with the shotty out first, because he'll fucking rape you. So I go and I get all their shit. I park my vehicle line of sight over here, so that when the cops pull up for line of sight of me, they have to run a little bit more. So I just go up here, boom, I fly high enough. But they can't do me. They can't see me. Now this mission will be finished in 39 seconds. I'm flying up so high they can't see me. I just fly straight to the drop place. The diamond is always the same drop place. And what I'm going to do after this is fly back to the city around where my terabyte is, because you can't be too far into the country, or else they split up where you're headhunted. And that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be leaving terabyte and VIP missions. Now the VIP missions are only about 20k. The briefcase is only 15k unless you wait for 20 minutes or something like that, or 10 minutes while you're doing it, maybe longer on taking the mission, and that's a hostile takeover. It starts off 15.5k or something like that if you do it as soon as you can. And it was 30,000. So that one took me about 2 minutes to do.
Your payment should be in your account now.
According to this, and when I stopped at the building, it's been 3 minutes. So I get into town. I want to make sure that I'm past that first racket. You see where that line is? That road just north or south of the, it's technically south of the racket. Where my terabyte is. I start my headhunter right there, so it does it in the city, and I have them really close to me. If I do it anywhere back behind that line, then basically I gotta do them way out in the country and I gotta fly. This is only going to take me tops 3 minutes to do it solo. Now I usually delay. See how it's timed right there? I do the first burst and then the second burst. Not 2 missiles right away. I hit him once with a missile, and then I'll wait like a second or so, and then I hit him with another missile. It usually disables his car, and then I wait for, it usually takes him about 5 seconds to get out of his car, but I just wait to see if he's about to get out of his car, and then you get the timing down. You blow all 4 of them up with that last 30 missiles, and it hits the car, and the explosion, the splash damage gets it. There's the guy right here to the left. Come on, target him. Holy. Alright. I'm going back to my terabyte to pick up more missiles after this anyway with the next job. I'm gonna do the Life Invader one. It takes about 5 minutes to do usually. And I gotta put some money in my wallet, I gotta deposit it. The fast way to deposit the money for all your units, I think you gotta go to an ATM. You just pull out. You just pull out your phone and go to, come on. You just pull out your phone and go to Maze Bank and deposit that. This is only taking me 2 minutes and 10 seconds to do this so far. Wait a second and then I get back. Stops his vehicle. Wait a couple of seconds and then go. Stop. So we just need 51.5k. those 2 missions. And then I'll go back to the terabyte, and I'll have a cooldown probably of about a minute. So that only took me about 30 seconds to fly back into the city. And then about 2 minutes and 20 seconds to do that. So I got about a minute left because it just took me about 40 seconds, 30 seconds to fly back here. So I got about a minute cooldown. That's basically the name of the game, just rotating these. And you don't gotta zone and do it for half an hour or an hour at a time. You can take a break, go for a smoke. You do it methodically, you do it in between cooldowns. Or if there's one particular mission you don't like, you save that one for the last one, and if you don't feel like doing it, just go for a smoke. Or get something to eat, or check your feed. If you want to do a really fast one, you do the robbery in progress. That's going to be really fast from the centralized location where I parked the terabyte. Because there's one, the Pacific one is like 4 blocks away from here, and it usually does that one. Or if it's the one north, I'm right at the edge north here. So I'm just going to do targeted data. The data sweep I save for last, because data sweep, there's 4 different targets you got to chase down, and it's easier to do it if you're not solo. Sometimes you get stuck having to get the data from a moving vehicle. So this one, you just go right here. They want you to drive the terabyte there and disable the cameras, but I just go in there and punch their faces in with a heavy shotgun. See, my heavy shotgun's got a drum magazine and it's got a suppressor on it. But there's no suppressor in here. I think it just helps with your stealth kills. Build your stealth guy. Shotgun guys down. Always get the shotgun guys first. They are the worst. It's gotta pop out when you're reloading. First cop's I'll hit this laptop up here, and then I'll kill the cops that come in. Sometimes you're not so lucky with getting the numbers. Sometimes they're in a fuck off place. 5011. Here it is. And moving this controller is hard. It's really hard. Wow. I was almost wasted there.
There's no way out.
Oh, come on.
Look out!
If you aim down sights and do your P's and Q's, it does them automatically. You don't have that's only if you aim down sights while you're eating your snacks. If you're not aiming down sights and eating your snacks, it takes you forever to eat your snacks. Just so you know. 8133. Sometimes when you get on the spot right next to it, it does something really well because this thing is so fast. Maybe it's just my controller. Oh no. Didn't even see you there, bud. Now, keep in mind, if you ever get shot here or shot up, all you gotta do is go into your phone, go to your assistant, and your assistant will get your vehicle out of impound for $1,000. You don't have to pay more mutual or the $16,000 or whatever it is to get your vehicle. You can call your assistant, you just go here, say assistant. The very first item will be get your vehicle out of impound.
You're through, boss.
You see your car vehicle from impound 1,000, and that's That's a gimme. Who the hell wants to? 1,000 only to get my thing? Ridiculous. So there's the guy sitting right there. Will it let me target him? That's the question. Should have a tap targeting or something. It's ridiculous. And then I fall off the bike. Brilliant. I lied, she cried, we cried. And you died.
Okay, fine work. I hope you're happy with that paycheck.
Now the next one. Oh, that was just targeted data. Oh, derp. Let me do this. I'm slipping, bro. I'm slipping. I'm gonna mess up my timer. So I go VIP work now, and I go, since we already did a headhunter, and we got 351 on that. We do this one, and don't hit start right away. Go to LSIA. You go to altruist count, it's all the way at the top of the menu. It's freaking, don't do it. Don't do it. And you can't be too close to the airport when you start this one, or else it won't let you start it at the airport. You have to drive further away from the airport, and then they'll do it differently. But your best off just doing the airport. These are only 15K if you do them right away. If you wait 5 minutes, it gives you like 17K, so if you turn in at 25 minutes after, or tell. And if you wait 10 minutes and turn it in at 20 minutes till, you know, gives you like 20K or something like that. I don't think it works if we have to 30K. I think 20K is the max that it gives. You don't have to sit around AFK for 20 minutes anyway, unless you got something to do. In that case, you know, do most wanted and go AFK then. Stronger. So, if you shoot these birds out of the sky, you can get yourself, let's see, you can get yourself what pigs fly. It's an achievement. Shoot them out of the sky now. Doing this mission, you get the what pigs fly. For some reason, I got the achievement when I was doing this mission. Got the silver and the gold and the platinum or something like that. These are the blue color. These are the platinum. And for these ones, you don't have to use the police. These ones you can just fly straight through. Keep in mind, you want to be in a private lobby, an invite-only lobby. Do not want to be briefed by assholes when you're doing this. This is just a gold ray. This is a, I'm gonna fuck around and kill people shit. No, this is 150K every 25 minutes, so. I'm gonna tell me I'm running a little cooldown, so I'm gonna go for a smoke real quick. But I just do that one just so too quickly. Yes. Turfed it right into my fucking turn. 22 seconds, great. No time to smoke. The data sweep, save for last if you're gonna do it. I don't include the data sweep in with the 150 for the 25 minutes. That's more along the lines of a 200K for 32 minutes.
There's a 211 on the police scanner, so we're in business. Use the app in the nerve center to access the traffic camera network and
This
find
is the
out
one
when the
that
is going down.
use the traffic
Just
cameras.
swoop in and take the payday. And I'll find us a client who can deactivate a die
Don't
pack.
forget, when you do this robbery in progress, you gotta use the cameras. Come on, what the fuck? Drive. I've done this one over and over and over again, where I just keep forgetting to look at the cameras. Sometimes I'm better than others, but now it's never this next one. It's never camera 5 out of 6. Palomino Avenue. Never that one. So if you don't get it on the left, you can just flip right back because it's not like you're missing anything. You flip right back to number 2 from 1. Because Palomino, it's like, because it's usually 2 or it's number 6. And if it's not, then number 3. And those are the only ones that show up.
That's it. Looks like some cops.
Now I know exactly where this one is, but I'm just going to mark it on the map and make it easier by going into the camera. It also helps you if you got other teammates that you're doing this with.
Okay, these guys look like professionals.
Then they can see where you're going.
But then again, they don't have me.
And this isn't a central location. It's not very far from
We're gonna be fighting on all fronts.
Caribou. Usually it's right there at Pacific, which is really close. And when I do this, I don't engage with the police. I fly over top, but not too low. If you fly too low, you'll engage with the police. And when you fly over top, it activates the heavy.
Take it out quick and
So
try not
it
to
can
get
start
shot into chunks.
attacking the police. And then when you get down there, you don't have lights on you. You know what I'm saying? You don't have cameras on you or stars on you. You can just blow up the heavy. He's killed everybody now. So now I'm just going to blow up the heavy. You can kill her back. Make sure your vehicle's pointed back. Okay. Pull out your shotty. Hit the corner. Boom.
Okay, I've got a client who will take this off our hands. As
Put
long as the
it
cops
on
are
the
under
link so you run
use
faster.
them and drop it off.
It doesn't matter if these cops get out there and they're shooting at you.
Looks like the competition can see you. I hope you can handle them.
I'm controlling that bugged out for a second. Now this one's always the same spot. Whenever they pop it up there, they gotta go over there. To the bottom left of them. Just across the bay from the airport. And it's the Pacific one, it's the Pacific Avenue one. It sends you to the bottom right of the mountain.
Shit, we've got to drop these cops before we do anything.
Yeah, no cops. Now I go back to Headhunter. Spent about 3 missiles on the heavy. So I got 17 to do this Headhunter. Don't want to waste too many missiles, so I gotta make my shots count. Got about 4 minutes to do this. I need my cooldown for the next one. Now this one on the outside here, you don't want to be too close because they'll shoot your ass down and then you'll have to recover your vehicle too. So you want to go kind of take a long turn. He's all the way on the right there. Don't shoot the guy on the left, shoot the guy on the right. 16 shots left. Let's see where I'm going. Boom! I only got 60 armor on this thing, so it flies faster. So it doesn't take as much damage as 100. Of course. But I'm usually back in my territory.
Daddy's gonna teach you a lesson.
Go away. All I literally did was just sit there waiting for it to change targets. Oh, this one you gotta shoot the guy on the left window here. You gotta be up high enough, not that guy. You gotta be up high enough and you gotta be low enough. But you can't be too low and you can't be too high. It's right in here in this door right in front of me. Come on. There you go. Okay, so let's see. How much time we got left here? I got 1:16 to do data sweep, so that means it's taken, come on, 24 minutes to make, let's see. What's that? 1.6. No, 1.7. I was at 1.61. Now I'm at 1.7. Yeah. So, 24 minutes. I made 150K. And that's including the time it took me to get over here from my building. So, I'll just do this last one and then the final headhunter. And then the diamond shopping will be over again and we can just rinse and repeat. And that's basically how you make over 300K an hour. Because we're coming up on 25.5 minutes. Come on. So this data sweep is pretty garbage. It's pretty bullshit.
So, do you care who you're working for? Yeah, no. The job is finding and securing data drives being moved around the city and not asking what's on them. Get close to
Now, the thing about this data drive is
if it identifies the drive's
if it's in one of these vehicles it's moving and you get the data sweep, the data sweep and if the vehicle is moving is already erratic. And you can't do dick. This is better done with 2 people. I don't really
anything from that vehicle. Keep searching the others. The drives must be in one of them.
350 or 400 an hour. This will get me. Finish this within the 30 minutes, then that'll be 180K. Not bad, right? 180K for 30 minutes. Usually it takes 32 minutes to do this one, and then do another headhunter, so it's 35 minutes, and you make 200K. So in 35 minutes you make 200K. It's not bad. And you're ready for diamond shopping. And to do diamond shopping, you gotta have a drone, so it costs about 600 maybe around whatever drone station you care about. What I do, because there's 2 left, if it's a moving one, if it's the moving one and it's the 3rd one, then I'm fucked. So I want to go to a stationary one. The stationary one is all the way over there. Because if it is the 3rd one and it's moving, I'm fucked. I mean, I gotta get into a vehicle and chase him down, because I can't blow him up in my oppressor, or I gotta lead him off at the pass and headshot him in his vehicle. This one takes about 6-7 minutes to do, so it's not fun. We'd already have the drives back if you had 2 people with it. You'd have the car and you'd be driving it back by now. So I'm hoping it's this one, so I don't have to go all the way over to that other car and have the risk of missing him and then having him run.
Looks like we've got our drives.
Yeah.
You know what to do.
So I don't want to blow up baby drives, so I'm going to park my vehicle, bust out my own holy hellbringer, and waste these banners. Oh, you saw me come out, you fucking shit. Come on. You're really not fucking busted. Where's that ass bitch? Come on.
Okay, you've got this. I don't know what we're stealing, but I know they won't want it stolen. Keep those drives safe and get them to
So
the
this will be
client.
another 2 minutes before I drop the owner off, so it's going to be 6 minutes.
I hope you can handle them.
It's going to be about 5.5, 6 minutes. And this one, if you're doing this on a public server, you're a fool. People will beat the shit out of you if you don't get fucking hacked. I mean, that's the worst thing about PC. When I was playing on PlayStation 4, there was no hackers. There was a bunch of assholes. Not everybody is an asshole on PlayStation 4. You don't have car meets or anything like that. Yeah. Oh, you got a car meet, do you? Blow that shit up. Nobody does car meets on PlayStation 4. Just because they don't want to get blown the fuck up. Everybody's a dickhead. Like, I got a game, I want to kill people. Come on, let me kill people. I got a game. So it's already been 30 minutes now. That's, yeah. 30 minutes, 45 seconds. That's why it's about 32 minutes. Of 32 minutes and you get 35 minutes to finish up the headhunter. and you're at 200K. I always save this one for last because if I don't feel like doing it, which I usually don't feel like doing it, I just go for a smoke or blaze a joint or something. You know? Perfect time to take this kill time if you don't want to do just drives and spend. Come on, open up. If you don't want to do this one with the drives and spend 7 minutes doing it, see it took me about 6 minutes and 15 seconds to do this one. And I got lucky that it wasn't the last car, you know? Because if it is, then it takes another 2 more minutes, something like that. It's ridiculous. So then I go vehicles, return, personal vehicle.
That's good work.
Oh,
And the pay is
great.
good too. Should be with you now.
Longer near a street. Got to jack this truck.
Did you say what I thought you said? I'll take you down. Sorry, I'm way stressed out. You got what's coming to you.
Look away from the street, so it'll spawn on the street where I'm not looking. This is probably gonna spawn far as fuck. Ooh, lucky. You never know when you're on these docks where it's gonna spawn it. So now I just start up a headhunter. Ooh, it's got a minute 15. Then I do a sightseer. But let's see. It's been 33 minutes. Yeah. That's how you make your money. You know, I mean, unless you're glitching shit or this is really the only way to make money. I mean, you can buy stocks for your bunker if you've researched everything, and that only costs 75K, and you make 200K. So you make 125 off of doing those, and you just let that build up, and you let your nightclub build up. And my nightclub right now has got about 400 for me working a day and a half or doing this shit, or about a day of doing this shit, giving me 500. So I cash that in at the end of the day too, and then I make easily over $1 million a day if I put in a couple of hours, you know. But anyway, I showed y'all a little secret. Have fun with it. I got a yacht. I got all this shit. I'm doing this shit basically. It's the easiest grind. So anyway, y'all have fun.